Hello, it is EGT 586, week number 2. So, this week we are looking at creating a class website. Let's jump right into assignment number 2. Creating a class website is actually something I've been passionate about for many, many years. In my own graduate work, I had an entire course about building a website. And this is back when you had to really code it, WordPress.org. The ability to build a website with WordPress was brand new, but it was lots of manual stuff setting up your own database, which actually just holds all your posts. So when you click new post, it technically writes to a database. Now that's all done with scripts. You just sign up for a website, pay for monthly hosting, and then say WordPress install, and it installs for you. It used to be quite the elaborate thing, and the idea of a drag and drop website. I've never heard the word drag and drop. It sounds like a drag and drop. Maybe because my 8-year-old was just talking about building a Lego dragon. Drag and drop. I'm never going to hear that again the same way. The ability to drag and drop is amazing. So for our new employee orientation, which starts in about a week, we've built out a Google site. It's really simple. It tends to look like a Google site, and yet it's really easy to do things. We've just embedded a bunch of tutorials, a mix of screen recordings, videos of just people talking, which is the most minimal, and then a new app called Tango.us, that is a Chrome extension. Will record your clicks, and then it actually uses an AI bot to write up the step-by-step tutorial for you. So all you do is click record screencast, or whatever it's called, record a Tango, record workflow. That's what it's called. You just click, and then it goes step. You can edit the steps. You can zoom in and out afterwards. It's amazing. And that's all in a Google site. You can embed those Tango workflows directly in a Google site. It's fantastic. Same thing with videos. Easy to add text. We've also done it for a school-wide art project. We had an art show typically the last month of school. And in 2020, we did not have an in-person art show. So we built a Google site. Every kid had a piece of art that they submitted. The great thing is we had a couple bonus pages. We had some family recipes. We had some parent artwork and photography. It was actually really, really cool. And a Google site was perfect for that. There's also great integration with Google Drive. So Google Sites is fantastic. Weebly is also another great one. If you already have a class website and you want to just go deeper with that, that's also possible. Just really make sure you're looking at the rubric and what you're going to have to use this website for, and ensure that what your existing website is and can do can accommodate what's required of this assignment. If you're not sure, just start with a Google site. If you've always wanted to have your own legit website, yourname.com, which I do, so I have billsellick.com. I pay about $10 a month for hosting so that all those files live on a server in Utah. I use Bluehost to host monthly, right? So I'm paying $10, $12 a month to Bluehost. I technically pay annually. So in January, I pay $200 or something. And then every year, pay to renew billsellick.com. Also pay for eduawesome.com, which is fun for short links. And then I have pages, an About Me page for my podcast, a welcome page, those types of things. You can just look at billsellick.com if you really want to know more. But mainly it's a place to host my blog and host my podcast. So every time I do a podcast, it's an audio recording. Then I add that to a blog post. And then there's a WordPress plugin that it's called PowerPress that will actually push that out to all the places that play podcasts for you. So all my audio files, photos, well, not all my photos, but all my blogs, all that kind of stuff is on that site. So if you want to do something like that, this could work for that. You probably just want to do a Google site. It's very simple to add pages, to embed content. That's my recommendation. If you're looking for a recommendation, make sure you're going through the rubric. You've gone through all of what you need to do for this assignment. And then most notably, a thing that's easy to overlook is you need to embed your What's New About Me project from last week, from week 1. You're going to use the embed code using the tool you created. And then week 2 on the content page has examples for you of what embedded content looks like. So I talked a little bit about presenting, about making websites. I love it. I'm passionate about it. It's a great thing for students to have, a great thing for parents to have. And one thing I love to do, I wrote just a quick couple sentences about it, is every once in a while for a big presentation, I'll write a parody. So I took the song What's My Age Again and rewrote it to What's My Page Again. So it's all original recording. Had a friend play drums, I played bass and guitar, and then had a friend sing on it. And it's all about creating your own classroom website, which I thought was perfect. So if you're like, why is there like a Blink song in this? It's not. It's a parody of it, and it's an original recording, which I love. My undergrad is actually in sound design, and so I've been writing and recording my own music for a while. Depending on when you count music, I've been writing music since I was 15, but that stuff's really bad. Oof. Just having like a flashback. We wrote a song called Bump on a Log in junior English about the Glass Menagerie with Laura and Tom. I only remember those characters' names because of that song, but my goodness, that was a terrible song. Our drummer would like hit the snare on random beats, so it didn't. It was bad. It was so bad. You have 2 discussion board posts this week. One looks at parent-teacher relationships and how that impacts student success. That's a decently long read. It's a PDF that's 19 pages. If you include all the extra stuff, it's not 19 pages of reading. And then discussion board 1 is looking at ways you can encourage students and families to visit your website. One thing that I would do is when I was in the classroom, second grade was my last year in the classroom, I would publish to Remind 101, Remind, and push all the announcements like, hey, this page was updated, check this out. And then I would actually make, depending on the day, like a daily video or a weekly video, and post like a 1-minute video to YouTube recapping what we did and what you could visit on the site. So those are your 2 discussion boards. You have that big announcement, or that big project, making your website. Hope you enjoy the song, which I think is just kind of fun at this point. And that is all for week 2. If you have questions, please reach out. Final reminder on those discussion board posts, both initial posts are due Thursday by midnight, and then 2 responses for each are due the following Sunday. All right, happy week 2, everybody. Hope you're staying cool.